Let's watch the Idubbbz video.
To existence a government agency.
And then speaking to the internet the way it likes to be spoken to, which is memes, actually.
The left can't meme.
Harris' campaign was trolling Trump.
They're already trolling him.
He has been trying to troll the city back as much as he believes he's been trolled.
It's epic trolling, shall we say.
Just makes trolls like myself very happy.
I am become meme. Yeah, pretty much.
This was an epic troll. He's trolling the trolls, and it's so epic.
Master grade A trolling.
Eben. Oh my god, also sorry, Mozilla. Thank you for the 40 gifts. It's 20 and 20. Thank you. Liv, thank you, by the way, for the gifts up to Hassan. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really, really appreciate the generous subbies. Thank you so much. Chief Supreme, thank you for the 20 months.
A troll at the epic level.
Kind of epic.
It's been, I think the word is epic. Elon Musk suggested this has been epic, and he's right.
Epic. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Idubbbz Complains. Today, I'm going to be complaining about memes, being an edgelord, and trolling. But don't worry. If you partake in any of those activities, I'm going to give you a pass because I think you deserve it. Because we live in hell and you deserve to...
I hate this photo.
Let out steam in some ways. However, I don't think our president...
He may have been trolling you a little bit. We definitely noticed shortly.
Senators...
Just kind of like a god tier kind of trolling.
And journalists...
Trump's trolling Trudeau. He's totally trolling him.
...should be doing any of this. That's the only purpose of this video, is to air my grievances. The other day, I flipped on the news and I saw... fucking Elon Musk with a chainsaw, and he was making some fucking noises.
Chainsaw!
I hesitate to even...
Why does he enunciate the A's that way and say...
and call them cringe noises, because we're beyond that. You know, we're not calling things cringe necessarily. There's almost some, like, authenticity in cringe. Anyway, this...
Do not... Listen. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fucking autism, do not, all right? Do not. Literally, all of my friends that are funny as fuck, they're all autistic, okay? All right? Maybe I only have funny autistic friends. Maybe I don't have unfunny autistic friends, but, like, I'm sorry. They're all funny as shit. They're way funnier than me. I'm really not funny. So that is not, do not. It's ableist to even suggest that the reason that he's unfunny is because he's autistic. Wrong. No. He's stimming a little on that A, but we don't claim him. Stop.
This got me thinking about the topic of memes and trolling. Trolling can be a funny little harmless joke that is emphasized in its unseriousness.
She has no vision, no idea. She has no solution. All she can say is Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump.
But then there's the other end of
dude. He's such a dude. He's so fucking content-brained, man. Fucking Trump. Like him doing this over the Kamala Harris saying Donald Trump. What a showman, dude. That guy needed to be... Oh, my God. Okay, sorry. I stand by the opinion that, like, in a perfect world, we would Truman show Donald Trump. Because he's very entertaining. I'm funny. I cannot for the life of me be funny over text. I have the opposite problem. There's good autism and bad autism. Good autism loves Sonic. Bad autism is a Nazi.
Spectrum, where you are never told whether something is serious or a joke or not.
Should I run again? You tell me.
And then that's also defined as trolling. We're kind of playing the meta irony game.
Usually people who do this though generally have bad dog shit takes. Like me, and are deliberate degenerates.
It's extremely painful in a world where we want to take our politicians seriously, but we also want to treat people like they're human, and they're allowed to have human moments where they bring...
Get that photo off the screen.
...a little levity to the situation.
I have to speak of inflation. I love these socks. What's with these socks? I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm very impressed with the VPs.
But I've sort of decided that politicians, they don't deserve that. Billionaires don't deserve that. And members of the media don't deserve that. I'll take it to its extreme even. Same shit goes for surgeons, cab drivers. If my life is even tangentially in your hands, you cannot make jokes. That goes...
Can you imagine your surgeon is like, what if I cut open a important artery? What if I as a troll though? Should I do it? Guys, then he has like a crowd of people watching him perform open heart surgery. Guys, should I do it? Should I do it? No! And you know people in chat would be like, yeah, do it, do it, do it.
Triple for the president. And I think that's being nice, you know. I could have said quadruple, I said triple. It goes quadruple for Elon Musk. Not allowed to make jokes. If you're Elon Musk, this is what you're allowed to do. By the way, this...
You know what's amazing? There's enough conservatives that hate Elon Musk that this joke bangs regardless of who you are. The only person this joke doesn't bang for, the only type of person this joke doesn't bang for is like, you guys have seen like the Squidward dick and throat meme. Do you know what I'm talking about? That sounds really crazy, but like this one. Unless you're like that for Elon Musk, then the joke probably doesn't bang for you.
This is an example. I'm a YouTuber. I just said that, and someone's got to be wondering, like, is he serious? Does he really think that Elon Musk could croak? I'm going to be honest. That's about 50-50. Holy shit, I just realized Elon Musk is kind of built kind of like a bullfrog. Like, if you're going to be built like a bullfrog, croak a little bit. Actually, I think he would like that because isn't the Pepe like a frog? I might be a little bit out of touch here, but I don't know what the Pepe is. In fact, I call it the Pepe. Our first example.
Me when I'm a YouTuber from like 2010. What's a Pepe? What is the Pepe?
Example of trolling comes by way of Senator Ted Cruz.
With respect to Canada, I think the president is basically trolling Canada. I don't think anyone thinks they're
just like Senator Ted Cruz trolled Texas when he went to Cancun with his family and left his dog. Epic troll.
There's a realistic prospect that Canada will become part of the United States. It was an epic troll.
If he was commenting on the Problapeno and he said, now that's an epic troll, I would get it. I would be like, yes, we got one of the OGs. But that's not what he said.
But I will say it was an epic troll, and I actually think on the merits there are very strong reasons why that makes sense for the United States. Geopolitically, Greenland's location on the Arctic is incredibly important. With Russia or China, any ICBMs would come over the Arctic targeting the United States. Greenland is ideally situated to defend America. Vast resources of critical earth and rare earth minerals that are essential for semiconductors, for electronics, for military equipment.
But Greenland at this point is not for sale, so why stake that as such a top priority?
Well, because anything can be not for sale until it suddenly is.
Yeah, that's all, folks. This guy's a fucking freak.
Anything can be not for sale until it suddenly is.
That's just rape brain. You realize that, like, this is someone else's culture, this is someone else's land, this is someone else's country. This is not yours. None of it belongs to you. You can't be like, well, everyone has a price. I know we're in America. A lot of you are going to be sympathetic to it. You're taught in your door-to-door salesman class, you got to take 5 no's before it actually means yes.
So when President Trump said he might use economic or military coercion, what does that mean? What is military
I don't remember him saying military coercion.
He did.
We have enough shit to worry about. We do not need to like fuck with allied countries and suggest that their culture, their country, their security isn't important. It's fucking stupid. It's so unprofessional. And that's coming from Idubbbz.
He's mastered that art of trolling, that art of saying and doing things to cause his opponents to completely lose their cool. And Trump's cabinet picks are the perfect illustration of both his deal-making prowess and his troll talent.
You're a dork. All of these people, pretty much everyone that I'm going to show in this video, that's the best word to describe them, is just fucking dorks. They are 20 years behind in using the language that they're using.
They said, I'm the GOAT.
I'm the captain now. Look at this. He reposted this edited spot.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I know this is like off topic to the content of this video. However, put down the eye pencil. Girl, put it down, okay? You don't have any black eyebrows. You don't have a single black eyebrow. You don't have a single black hair on your head. You cannot use straight fucking black eyeliner on your fucking waterline. You look weird. Put down the pencil. Put it down. Oh my foul beast.
Posted this edited SpongeBob meme.
And they're tremendously unserious. It's like, yeah, this would be a little cringe to hear out on the street, but I'm hearing this shit on C-SPAN.
For people who don't remember the trolling, set us up. Why was that a trolling moment? What was happening there?
It's referencing the coconut tree meme about her.
Why the fuck am I hearing this shit on C-SPAN? I don't want to hear meme. Oh, that was an epic meme, Mr. President. No, what the fuck? I would understand it if they were like live streaming and they were getting some donos as they said wild shit, but I'm like, you're a fucking senator. Are you not afraid of playing Luigi's Mansion? Another example of the out of control trolling is renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
I mean, are we really going to see this change to the Gulf of America, or is Donald Trump just trolling us?
Which, like, I think this is the heart of the video. I personally don't engage in this form of self-harm, but I have some friends who like to browse the conservative subreddit. And the number of comments on there that I've had to see because they won't stop sending them to me that are just like, Trump talks about doing this crazy policy. Oh, he's trolling and he's not going to do it. And then when he does it, silence. You could hear a pin drop. Absolute silence.
I suspect a little bit more of the latter.
Flying over the recently renamed Gulf of America.
Well, he did it. He wasn't trolling. He at least wasn't trolling based on my definition of trolling, which is being unserious. These conservative pundits are asking the question, is Trump trolling us?
Is Donald Trump just trolling us?
And I think when they say us, they don't mean the room. They mean the American people. And I think that's a distinct difference because I think these people, the president can troll them. They wouldn't mind being trolled by the president. You know, you're getting the vibe?
I've been known to be able to be trolled by Donald Trump in the past.
He can joke with me. I love him. Deep-throating the president by suggesting that he might be doing a little prank on us is not the side of the aisle that I want to be on. The president's not going to fucking play a joke on me. Another not so innocent example of the trolling is the situation in Gaza right now.
We achieved an epic ceasefire agreement.
Instead of treating it with the dignity and respect and sensitivity that it deserves, we get an AI slop video and a speech that accompanies it that is meant to be taken seriously.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it, level the site, and get rid of the destroyed buildings, unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
That is such like an old man threat, is to say, we're gonna do a job with it.
And we will do a job with it, too.
That could mean whatever you want it to mean. In the context of like wiping out a culture, that's, you know, that's doing a job with it. Cleaning up your neighborhood from all the riffraff, we're gonna do a job with it. Now, I do understand that trolling is part of political strategy now. I want to like pump the brakes a little bit on the idea that like all of it's the same, or that when it's used by the president it is like uniquely strategic, because ultimately we are dealing with an old man. If there's anything I've witnessed with crotchety, senile old men, it's that trolling is like a lifestyle for them. They do this on the regular. It's a personality trait. It's because a lot of them haven't gotten help. You know, they haven't looked inward. They're actually getting a little bit of dementia privilege. They're getting a little bit of Alzheimer's privilege. I don't want to give Donald Trump Alzheimer's privilege if he doesn't have it. Please, please don't give that away so freely. Allow someone to earn it. It takes a lot of effort to build that
like Biden.
Much plaque in your brain. There's a lot of members of the media who will continue to ask, is Trump being serious here?
But the trolling, you know, suggesting Canada could be the 51st state, I mean, he's clearly not serious about this, right?
Well, there's no way that Canada will be the 51st state. So it is a statement that he's making for effect. It's not going to happen. That's correct.
There's no...
I guess we'll find out.
No way. Where the fuck has this guy been? I mean, if you're on your way out, just say it, because I don't want to hear this shit. We all have to live with it. Don't say there's no way. Hey, trust me, I want to believe that there's no way as well. I can't in good conscience tell people, oh, there's no way that's going to happen. No way, it's impossible. We, over the past decade, have been saying there's no way, and it just keeps happening. I don't know you. You're not consoling me. You don't need to console the American people. Give us the reality. And the reality is anything can happen.
Happy Paddy's Day, America!
Legalize comedy.
I'm president, so I want to pay full price.
We have another example of trolling, and this time it's getting piped into me through brainwaves from a Gen X man who's wearing cargo shorts and an oversized hoodie.
I would describe it as God tier level trolling. Just kind of like a God tier kind of trolling. I described that. That's God tier trolling. I mean, that was never serious.
I think Senator Fetterman has an outdated definition of trolling. He slipped up a little bit there. He said it was God-tier trolling that was never serious. Trolling nowadays just means doing something seriously, parentheses, malicious. Now, aside from Trump, Elon, and senators trolling or, trying to be epic sauce or whatever, I noticed that the White House Twitter account and Instagram account were also trying to be funny. Roses are red, violets are blue, come here illegally and we'll deport you. Oh, kind of epic if you're a dork who's never actually made a joke in your life.
This goes hard if you're a fucking moron.
The other one is a video of a deportation with a bunch of chains and handcuffs. And they're calling it illegal alien ASMR. Now, if you don't think that that is distasteful or extremely shitty, I want to access your brain for a moment and just remind you that this is the highest, most powerful office in the world, and we have allowed these people to feel comfortable tweeting out jokes that you would be fired on the spot for tweeting out. I understand that there is this part of the brain that says, I like the idea of there not being a cancel culture and the effects of the White House being able to say whatever the fuck they want. I like the idea of that trickling down to me at my job, at my place of employment, so that I can be a little bit more relaxed and I can maybe say some fucked up shit and people will know that I'm just joking. But it doesn't work that way. There is a distinct difference, and that's the problem, is that we are all holding ourselves to a high standard, but not the highest office in the land. In addition to these tweets, I've been looking at the White House articles, I guess you can call them, on whitehouse.gov. The title of this article is, Yes, Biden Spent Millions on Transgender Animal Experiments. The fake news losers at CNN immediately tried to fact-check it, but President Trump was right, as usual.
Meaning Democrats wanted to fund a trans mice program to one day create trans people, trans male mice trying to play in female mice sports, trans mice traps. Do you have those?
These researchers were studying the effects of hormone therapy.
And the worst part, Chad, is that it's not even funny. That's the biggest problem that I have with a lot of the shit that's on the right. It's so much of it is just, it's not even funny. I'm down. This is my problematic take. I'm kind of down to clown with about a lot of stuff that maybe, you shouldn't clown about. But you got to at least try to pretend like it's funny. You got to try and pretend like you're telling a joke.
While receiving an HIV vaccine and how your immune system responds to it. Which, by the way, all sorts of non-trans people go through hormone therapy every day. This is important stuff. So yeah, the reason I bring up this article is because the verbiage that is being used is so, pathetic and wormy. What, stupid?
Look, I know it's not true, but as a trans guy, I eat a scary amount of cheese a day. Coincidence? DNM what?
Wait a minute. Trans people eat cheese. Wormies involved.
Moronic statement. Vindman has a terminal case of Trump derangement syndrome, and it shows. Now, reading these articles, you might think, oh, Trump might be getting some help from Elon Musk. Maybe he's getting help from Barron Trump. Because it has that vibe of, unhinged child. I have a strong feeling that the memes on Twitter and some of these articles are written by none other than Big Chungus. Trump refers to Stephen Chung, who is the White House Communications Director, as my sumo wrestler. It sounds like I'm making it up. Yeah, he does have a meme coin that was made after him. I think it's called Chungus or Big Chungus, something like that. I don't know if he's affiliated with it, but he certainly follows it on Twitter.
Crooked Joe Biden and his campaign are in complete freak-out mode.
Just imagine in your head for a moment, you're thinking to yourself, White House Communications Director. What does his Twitter account look like? It's him calling everyone cucks. Kamala Harris plane being cucked by Trump Force One. Cuck Force 2 carrying Kamala Harris. Ron DeSantis is cucking himself. These out-of-touch cucks are so beyond their depth. He needs to stop embarrassing himself like a cuck. Cuck? So do you stay in the room or do you leave, cuck? Now, I will say Big Chungus does have standards. You know, most of his cuck tweets are from his personal account, but he will let a couple fly from his government-affiliated account. Tim Walz is a cuck, aka the Cuck Convention. By the way, calling everyone cuck is just kind of his like trademark thing to do. He doesn't seem particularly good in front of the camera, in front of a microphone.
That President Trump is leading Joe Biden by wide
No,
margin.
stop!
So I think he is
Get it off! Get it off! Get it off! Get it off! Get it off!
much in his element.
There's something so terrible as like the second you have a camera in front of you, you're like, you lose every bit of charisma that you potentially had. But then on the internet, you're like, you're such a cock. It's like, oh God, keyboard warrior, please, please.
Comes to like posting tweets. And even if he's not behind it, he's definitely in the ear. This article says like Trump just throws it to Big Chungus on occasion. Like, what does Big Chungus think about this situation? Big Chungus, you take the lead on this one. You think it's a good idea to call these senators cucks? Yeah, I agree. Now, I don't know if any of this is gonna change anytime soon. I hope that Big Chungus isn't president in 4 years, but you know, anything can happen. I think I'm at my limit. I'm like, yeah, the ride was fun. I'm ready to get off. Like, I want my politicians to be boring as fuck. I want the media reporting on it to be boring as fuck. This playing grab ass with billionaires and politicians of like, are they pranking us? That shit needs to stop. We do not play grab ass with Donald Trump. We do not play grab ass with Elon Musk. By the way, thank you for staying this long into the video. I must tell you that Creator Clash 3 is happening.
It's happening.
I am not fighting in it, so I can continue to make videos like this. Yeah, I mean, it's still gonna be epic. I think I want to be the boxing kingpin because maybe I could do a better job at that than actually being like a fighter. The website's down below. Get tickets because the tickets are going to eventually sell out.
Yes, you can buy tickets now. It's June 18th. I think it's June 18th. June 28th. June 28th. And you can currently buy event tickets if you want to be there in person. It's going to be in Tampa, Florida. The same arena as before, from my understanding. And it's also, you can also buy the PPV tickets. Relative, I think that the PPV tickets are like $30, which relative to actual boxing fights that you pay like $40 to see one fight, it's pretty good. And a bunch of different charities are going to be participating to help match donations. And yeah, it's going to be really dope. It's going to be really dope. It's really, really dope. So if you want to support a good cause with some good people behind it, it's like, it's it's 8 fights for $30, which like in the boxing world is very, very cheap. Very, very cheap for PPV. And it's going to a good cause. So if you want to watch it, you should buy a ticket for it now. And when it is happening, you can just go to the Creator Clash website and watch it there. Not going to Florida? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Listen, if you don't want to go to Creator Clash in person because it's in Florida, that's absolutely valid, okay? I'm going to be honest. That's the most valid reason. But I will say, as someone who boxing PPVs are much, 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 much worse than $30 a card, yeah. I mean, I've seen like at least $40 for one card, and there's 8 cards, 8 fights, which is really cool. So if you guys are interested, we might even get some crazy last minute matches. I don't know. No, we'll see. We'll see. But Denims, can you fight? I am literally a gamer. Okay. No, the answer is no. What match are you excited for? Guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm the most excited. I'm most excited for the Lena versus the Funky Frog Bait fight. Sorry, I'm so excited for that. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for that. Denims v. Ela win. Bro, can you get a new insult? This sign waiting room is wild. Did your mommy write that insult for you? Please, can you just, for a second, respect yourself enough to come up with your own joke? I don't even care if it's a bad joke, but respect yourself enough to make your own jokes. Oh my God. It's embarrassing for you, man. It's just sad for you. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited for this. So yeah, if you guys want to buy tickets, you should buy tickets. thecreatorclash.com. All right. Son farting rooms. Why did that make me laugh, dude? Stop. Stop, dude. Stop. I'm cooked, I'm afraid. I think I'm cooked, guys. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I'm fully cooked. Yeah. Anyways, you guys should buy tickets. $30 for like 8 fights is a crazy epic deal, and there's going to be charity involved, and they've put a lot of effort into it. I know they put a lot of effort into each creator clash, and it's really cool, and I want them to succeed and do well. And I know a big part of last year that they struggled with was like they were doing like it was like a full charity event, and they had anticipated that like the year before that they anticipated Creator Clash 1 pirating numbers, and it ended up being more than they thought, and just not a lot of people, which to be fair, like the website was a little bit trickier to use, but not a lot of people bought the PPV, again, even though it was for charity, which again, people also didn't know that it was a charity event. So if you do want to support, it is a good way to support. Was Myth on there? I think, yeah, Myth is here. Myth is here. He's fighting someone I don't know. He's fighting someone a lot of these are like YouTubers, and I don't really know a lot of YouTubers, I'm going to be honest, okay? Also, Idubbbz really has come a long way since I was watching him in Storm Drains eating pickles after seeing his video about how he was changing his content. I stopped watching since I was growing up as well, but it's amazing to see his content has matured so much. I hope he continues to do well. Me too. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch a lot of Idubbbz growing up. Maybe I've seen one of his videos when I was a youngin', but it wasn't because I had anything against the content. And I didn't even necessarily think that he was like a right-winger. I was just watching other things. And like going back and seeing some of the content that he made, it was like, oh, damn, okay. I see how both A, his content was very successful, but also B, how it radicalized people. So it was really cool to see him talk about that and be like, oh, yeah, I was just trying to make funny content, and I didn't realize that, I was radicalizing these people, and that like people were seeing what I was saying and they didn't think it was satirical in its absurdity. But then they didn't say that Ela's house is clean, so they're bad or something now. But Denims, they didn't defend Ela and Ethan Klein. They didn't call them amazing parents, okay? They're basically evil. Anyways. Yeah, but I think he's always been good in front of a camera, and he's always been able to make like funny content. So it's cool that he's like using his powers for good, right? That he's like putting together pretty well-researched videos on like interesting topics, right? Like the idea of like, oh, we're just memeing. We're just trolling. Ha ha ha. We're just memeing, except for when we're not. And now it's just politicians are doing this. Like everyone is doing it. Funnily enough, it was a video about Idubbbz and Filthy Frank eating puke where Joji said that the US was paying Israel to terrorize Palestinians. It's what made me aware of what's going on in Palestine. Damn. So yeah, I think like as leftists, we have a responsibility to practice what we preach. And I think one of the big leftist values is rehabilitation, and that unless you've committed some like awful transgressions, like there is hope for everybody, and everybody can start to learn to do good and spend their time doing good, right? And we should reward people who do that, who like take a stand when it's like it is detrimental to them, which it was. I mean, Idubbbz for having the courage to be like, actually, listen, I disavow my old content. It was fucking bad. It was weird. I don't know why, like, I didn't notice it sooner. And also I didn't like what I was cultivating, and that's bad. And he's gotten like a fuck ton of harassment. Him and Anissa get a fuck ton of harassment all the time. But yeah, it's cool to see people actually talk about wanting to improve and be better and make better content, and then actually follow through with it. And it's not just empty promises. And they actually care about practicing the values that they preach. And we should reward the people who do that, right? So yeah, that's just a call to action. If you like this video and you want him to make more videos, really, you should go to his page, subscribe, like his videos, comment, and all that other stuff. Because I want him to make more videos. Because this is maybe my personal opinion, which could be colored, but I think Idubbbz is still funny. I think he's still funny, and he's using his powers for good, and I think that's dope. Okay, he can still make banger videos, so it's just now that the things that he's talking about are way better. So support the people that you want to do the things that you say you want them to do. Right? All the old fans of his that never grew out of the edginess just can't seem to get over it. Yeah, who gives a fuck about those losers? At the end of the day, like, all that people care about is whether or not your content creator is entertaining and enjoyable to watch. And I promise you, all those edgelords, the second that, like, every single one of those edgelords, the second that his content is funny as fuck, they will immediately disavow everything that they've said and go back to being viewers. I mean, dude, Dr. Disrespect has fans. The guy who said that he was talking to minors inappropriately. Dr. Kid Inspect has fans. Yeah, dude. Fuck, man. I mean, Drake still has fans. Kanye still has. Well, I guess in our modern political climate, Kanye having fans doesn't even surprise me. Low key, like, I actually don't even know that surprises me. So maybe not. Maybe. As a teenager, his old content was edgy and funny, but I grew up after lots of self-reflection. Idubbbz did the same and showed that you don't need to be edgy to be funny. He is just organically funny. It's cool to see personal growth. Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool. And like I said before, I think we should reward the people who, because most people, in my experience and in my opinion, most people, especially content creators, are kind of a little bit cowardly. Like, low key, I'm just going to say what everyone else is thinking. The trash taste thing, immediately folding on that and giving into the peer pressure was kind of lame. Low key, it was kind of lame as fuck and pretty disappointing. But also, like, in my experience, and maybe I'm a little black-pilled on this, Dr. Disrespect can have his seat at the White House, the rapist house. Stop! Idubbbz changed in the most honest way I've ever seen. He made multiple videos explaining his growth, acknowledged the harm, and didn't fold when his old fans turned on him. Yeah. The trash taste thing, like, basically what happened for anyone who missed it, Trash Taste had Hassan on and they talked about a bunch of anime and then they got Giga Brigaded, like more brigading than you've ever seen in your life before. And they were like, oh, our bad, we won't have Hassan on again. And it's like, what? Come on, man. Really? Okay, I guess. What does brigade mean? It just means like when you would send a bunch of people from like one audience to a comment section or to a stream or whatever. It was just disappointing. In my opinion, if Hassan's your friend, I tell those brigaders to fuck off and bring him back on. Also, on like a principled position, you shouldn't fold just because there's a large number of people telling you you're wrong. You should fold if you agree with them. Like, if you think that, yeah, it is problematic to put someone like Hassan, then you should stop being friends. And you should be like, actually, I didn't realize all this stuff. I'm not going to talk to him anymore. And like that I respect. I think that that's fine. But if you get brigaded and then you fold, it's like, you're just telling all these people who brigaded you that they can bully you, right? That's what's happening here. And now they know that you've just assured them that bullying works on you. You don't want to, on principle, you don't want to set that precedent. I just checked. The episode has 27,000 likes and 78,000 likes. Jesus. I don't know. That's just... Also, the other thing that's confusing is like, you know that these people are like controversial, right? TLDR, now all of China knows that you're a bitch. No, that's mean. I try to like levy criticisms that are fair, but I don't want to be mean to the people because I know what it's like. I understand. I feel that. I have had a lot of brigading in my internet career, okay? But like, maybe I'm too internet brained. The brigades make me stronger. Every time I get brigaded, I learn something new, right? Like, for example, the timer. And each time I get brigaded, I learn how to get brigaded less, how to get clipped less, right? Because I'm going to be honest, Chad, it's harder than you think it is to not get clipped when all of the clipping is done in bad faith. I mean, you guys watch Hassan, some of you at least watch Hassan, and you know that the clipping that happens on Hassan's stream is like pathetic. It's so pathetic, which is the same exact as like the clipping that happens on my show, right? Like I can have a clip where I say something where people disagree with it and they're like, oh, actually 3-year-olds, I can remember everything. Whatever. We're talking about childhood amnesia. And then it ends right when I say like, also, I've never condoned this behavior. Don't tap the glass. Don't message him. Go talk to your fucking local senators or your local politicians. Go talk to your senator. Go blah, blah, blah. But the clip doesn't show that part, right? Also, when I went back and watched it, like I said, way more stuff. I was giving fucking credit to Ethan Klein, right? So like, it's harder than you think it is to actually not get clipped ever when the people clipping you are disingenuous, right? You ever talk to Philly D about correcting that record? I sent a message. I don't think that he'll reply because I don't think that he would reply to anything other than public pressure. If you personally feel like he misrepresented the situation, you can send him an email, like a polite email, and be like, hey, I feel like disappointed because you report on news generally pretty accurately, but like...
Maybe you could run a timer all the time whilst streaming. Kind of like a speedrunner.
Oh my god, wait, you're cooking, wait. So like, yeah, I mean, if you guys want to, you can do that. You can be like, hey, Ethan Klein lied about this stuff. I understand why you were misled, but like he lied about it being 100% of her chat and that it's an unmoderated chat and that she ever pushed this idea and like literally in that stream, whatever, she said don't call CPS and he's just trying to blame her. Like, you guys can send those emails if you think that it's valuable. It seems like he would only respond to that. I don't think he would respond to anything else. So use the split timer. No, honestly, genuinely, I kind of want to do the timers for like when I talk about Ethan Klein. To who? Oh, Philip DeFranco. Because it's like, I do think that he has a reputation for being like the news reporting guy and people can trust him. So it is kind of shit to be the news reporting guy and then misrepresent stories, right? Like that's, I assume it's that he didn't want to deal with the brigading from Ethan Klein because Ethan Klein already shit on him like relentlessly for days and days and days. A timer won't help, a clip cut off before an explanation though. That's true. That's true. Neela's terrible fashion taste that she had the audacity to mock Hassan's outfit. Yeah.